Ever felt like you just couldn't shake that feeling of insecurity? Like you were constantly comparing yourself to others and coming up short? You're not alone. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in the comparison game, leaving us feeling inadequate and unsure of ourselves. But what if I told you there's a way to break free from this cycle? Enter Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that's been making a comeback in recent years. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, were all about living a good life, even in the face of adversity. And one of the core principles of Stoicism is self-confidence. In this guide, we're going to dive deep into 10 Stoic lessons that can help you boost your confidence and live a more fulfilling life. We'll explore practical tips, real-world examples, and timeless wisdom from the ancient philosophers. So, if you're ready to ditch the self-doubt and embrace your inner strength, let's get started. Here's a breakdown of what we'll cover. Understanding true self-confidence. What does it really mean to be confident? Living according to your beliefs. How to align your actions with your values. Focusing on what truly matters. Identifying your priorities and letting go of the rest. Practicing self-reflection. Becoming more aware of your thoughts and behaviors. Building resilience. How to bounce back from setbacks. Embracing curiosity and learning. The power of a growth mindset. Staying present with mindfulness. Living in the moment. Having a clear vision. Setting goals and working towards them. Developing a positive mindset. Cultivating gratitude and optimism. Leading with humility and empathy. The importance of connecting with others. By the end of this guide, you'll have a solid foundation for building unshakable confidence. You'll learn how to overcome self-doubt, embrace challenges, and live a life that's truly authentic. So, are you ready to take the first step? Let's get started. Lesson 1. Embrace the dichotomy of control. Ever felt like you're at the mercy of life's ups and downs? You're not alone. We all worry about things we can't control, like the weather, traffic, or what others think of us. But the Stoics, ancient philosophers who knew a thing or two about navigating life's challenges, had a simple yet powerful idea. Focus on what you can control. What does dichotomy of control mean? It's the idea that there are things in life that are within our power to change, and things that are completely out of our hands. The Stoics argued that we waste a lot of our energy worrying about things we can't control. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the traffic jam, but you can control how you react to it. You can choose to get angry and stressed, or you can use the time to listen to a podcast, enjoy some quiet time, or even do some deep breathing exercises. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the essence of the dichotomy of control. Here's a breakdown of how you can apply this concept to your daily life. Identify what you can control. Make a list of things you can actually influence. This might include your thoughts, actions, and reactions. Let go of what you can't control. Once you've identified what you can't control, accept it. This might mean accepting that some things are simply out of your hands. Focus on the present moment. Worrying about the future or dwelling on the past is a waste of time and energy. Focus on what you can do right now. Practice acceptance. Accept things as they are. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. It means acknowledging reality and moving forward. By embracing the dichotomy of control, you'll experience less stress, greater peace of mind, and a stronger sense of empowerment. Remember, life is full of uncertainties, but by focusing on what you can control, you can navigate these uncertainties with greater clarity and confidence. Lesson 2. Cultivate virtue. Ever wondered why some people seem to handle life's challenges with such grace and resilience? It's not just luck, it's virtue. The Stoics believed that by cultivating certain virtues, we could live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. So, what is virtue? In simple terms, it's a moral excellence. It's about being the best version of yourself. The Stoics identified 4 cardinal virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Wisdom. This isn't just about book smarts. It's about using your knowledge and understanding to make sound judgments. It's about thinking critically and learning from your mistakes. Courage. This isn't about being fearless. It's about doing what's right, even when it's difficult. It's about facing your fears with a steady hand. Justice. This is about treating others fairly and equitably. It's about living in harmony with your community. Temperance. This is about moderation and self-control. It's about finding balance in all things. How can we cultivate these virtues in our daily lives? Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to your thoughts and actions. This can help you become more aware of your biases and make better choices. Seek knowledge. Continuously learn and expand your understanding of the world. Challenge yourself. Step outside of your comfort zone and face your fears. Be kind to others. Treat everyone with respect and compassion. Practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects of your life. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." He was encouraging people to focus on their actions rather than just talking about them. Let's take the virtue of courage, for example. Imagine you're afraid of public speaking. Instead of avoiding it, you could join a public speaking club or volunteer to give a presentation at work. By facing your fear, you're not only becoming more courageous, but you're also expanding your comfort zone. Remember, cultivating virtue is a journey, not a destination. It's about making small, consistent changes in your life. By focusing on these 4 cardinal virtues, you can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Lesson 3. Practice mindfulness. Ever feel like your mind is racing 1,000,000 miles a minute? Like you're constantly thinking about the past or worrying about the future? You're not alone. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in our thoughts and lose sight of the present moment. That's where mindfulness comes in. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about being fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were big fans of keeping it real, recognized the importance of mindfulness. They believed that by focusing on the present moment, we could reduce suffering and increase our overall well-being. So, how can you practice mindfulness in your daily life? Meditation. This is the classic way to practice mindfulness. Find a quiet place, sit comfortably, and focus on your breath. Mindful eating. Pay attention to the taste, texture, and smell of your food. Mindful walking. Notice the sensations in your feet as you walk, the sounds around you, and the sights you see. Body scan. Pay attention to different parts of your body, noticing any sensations or tension. Why is mindfulness so important? Reduces stress. By focusing on the present moment, you can let go of worries about the future or regrets about the past. Improves focus. Mindfulness can help you improve your concentration and productivity. Increases self-awareness. By paying attention to your thoughts and feelings, you can gain a better understanding of yourself. Boosts emotional regulation. Mindfulness can help you manage your emotions more effectively. Marcus Aurelius, The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the obstacles we face can actually be opportunities for growth. By practicing mindfulness, you can learn to see obstacles as challenges to overcome, rather than as reasons to give up. Remember, mindfulness is a skill that takes practice. Don't get discouraged if your mind wanders. Just gently bring your attention back to the present moment. With regular practice, you'll start to see the benefits of mindfulness in all areas of your life. Lesson 4. Embrace discomfort. Ever heard the saying, "No pain, no gain"? Well, the Stoics, those ancient Greek and Roman philosophers who were all about living a good life, would definitely agree. They believed that discomfort isn't something to be avoided, but rather embraced. It's in those moments of challenge that we truly grow. Why embrace discomfort? Because our comfort zone is kind of like a cozy little bubble. It's safe, but it's also limiting. Stepping outside of it, even a little bit, can lead to personal growth, new experiences, and a deeper understanding of ourselves. Let's take a look at a few examples. Think about learning a new language. It's uncomfortable at first, making mistakes and feeling like a beginner. But with practice, you'll improve and gain a new skill. Or consider starting a new hobby. Whether it's rock climbing or painting, stepping outside of your comfort zone can be scary, but it can also be incredibly rewarding. The Stoics had a saying, "What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that the obstacles we face can actually be opportunities for growth. If you're afraid of public speaking, giving a presentation can be terrifying, but by doing it, you'll build your confidence and overcome your fear. So, how can you start embracing discomfort? Identify your comfort zone. What activities or situations make you feel safe and secure? Set small goals. Start with small, achievable goals that push you slightly outside of your comfort zone. Challenge your fears. Face your fears head-on, one step at a time. Embrace failure. Remember, failure is a natural part of the learning process. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember, discomfort is temporary. The feeling of unease or anxiety you experience when stepping outside of your comfort zone will eventually fade. And when it does, you'll be left with a sense of accomplishment and a deeper understanding of yourself. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to us, but how we react to it that matters." This is especially true when it comes to discomfort. We can choose to let it define us, or we can choose to grow from it. Lesson 5. Challenge negative thoughts. Ever caught yourself spiraling into a negative thought loop? You know those times when your mind starts racing with what-ifs and I can'ts? It's a common human experience, but the Stoics had a way of dealing with it. They believed that our thoughts aren't just random occurrences. They're often habits we've formed, and like any habit, we can change them. Why do negative thoughts matter? Because they shape our emotions and actions. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," you'll start to believe it and act accordingly. But the good news is that you have the power to change those thoughts. So, how do we challenge negative thoughts? Recognize them. The first step is to become aware of your negative thoughts. Notice when they pop up and what triggers them. Question them. Once you've identified a negative thought, ask yourself, is it really true? What evidence do I have to support this belief? Replace them. When you realize a thought is unhelpful, replace it with a more positive or realistic one. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never get this presentation right," try, "I've prepared well and I'm capable of doing this." Practice gratitude. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life can help shift your perspective and reduce negative thinking. The Stoics often talked about the power of our minds. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth." This means that our perceptions are shaped by our thoughts and beliefs. Let's say you're about to give a speech and you're feeling nervous. A negative thought might be, "Everyone is going to laugh at me." But if you challenge that thought, you might realize that there's no evidence to support it. In fact, you've prepared well and you know your material. By replacing the negative thought with a positive one, you can reduce your anxiety and improve your performance. Remember, challenging negative thoughts takes practice. It's like training a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the benefits are huge. By learning to control your thoughts, you can improve your mood, reduce stress, and build greater resilience. Lesson 6. Focus on your strengths. Ever heard the saying, "Play to your strengths"? It's a simple concept, but it's one that can make a huge difference in your life. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, understood the importance of focusing on what we do best. Why focus on your strengths? Well, it's like trying to hammer a nail with a screwdriver. Sure, you might eventually get the job done, but it's going to be a lot harder and less efficient than using the right tool. When you focus on your strengths, you're more likely to succeed, feel good about yourself, and enjoy what you do. But what if you don't know what your strengths are? That's okay. We all have unique talents and abilities. To discover yours, try asking yourself these questions. What activities do you find yourself naturally drawn to? What do people compliment you on? What tasks do you find easy and enjoyable? Once you've identified your strengths, it's important to use them. For example, if you're a great communicator, try taking on a leadership role or starting a blog. If you're creative, explore hobbies like painting or writing. The Stoics believed in the concept of virtue. They argued that we should strive to live in accordance with our nature. By focusing on our strengths, we're living in alignment with our true selves. Let's take the example of a person who is naturally curious. Instead of trying to force themselves to be more outgoing, they could channel their curiosity into learning new things or exploring different cultures. This would not only be more fulfilling, but it would also allow them to make the most of their unique abilities. Remember, it's okay to have weaknesses. Everyone does. But by focusing on your strengths, you can build on your successes and overcome your challenges. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." By developing and focusing on your strengths, you're increasing your chances of success. Lesson 7. Help others. Ever felt a sense of fulfillment after helping someone out? There's a reason for that. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, believed that helping others was a key to happiness and fulfillment. Why help others? It's not just about making someone else feel good. When we help others, we're actually helping ourselves. It can reduce stress, increase our sense of purpose, and strengthen our relationships. Plus, it's a great way to practice the Stoic virtues of justice and benevolence. But how can you help others in a meaningful way? There are countless ways to give back. Here are a few ideas. Volunteer your time. There are countless organizations that need volunteers. Donate to a cause you care about. Even a small donation can make a big difference. Offer to help a friend or neighbor. Sometimes the best way to help is simply to lend a listening ear or offer a helping hand. Practice random acts of kindness. Pay for someone's coffee, hold the door open for a stranger, or compliment someone. The Stoics believed that we should focus on what we can control. While we can't control everything that happens in the world, we can control our actions. By choosing to help others, we're taking control of our lives and making a positive impact on the world. Let's take the example of a volunteer at a local food bank. By giving their time to help those in need, they're not only making a difference in their community, but also experiencing a sense of purpose and fulfillment. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "We are more often made unhappy by the things we want than by those we lack." This suggests that focusing on helping others can shift our perspective and make us happier. Remember, it doesn't take a lot to make a difference. Even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect. By helping others, you're not only making the world a better place, you're also making yourself a better person. Lesson 8. Practice gratitude. Ever stop to think about all the good things in your life? It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life and forget to appreciate the little things. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, believed that gratitude was essential for happiness and well-being. Why practice gratitude? When we focus on what we're grateful for, it shifts our perspective from what we lack to what we have. It helps us appreciate the simple things in life and can even boost our mood. So, how can you practice gratitude? Gratitude journal. Write down a few things you're grateful for each day. Mindful meditation. Focus on the present moment and all the good things in your life. Express gratitude to others. Tell people how much they mean to you. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small. The Stoics believed that we should focus on what we can control. While we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control our attitude towards it. By practicing gratitude, we're choosing to focus on the positive aspects of our lives. Let's say you're having a tough day at work. Instead of dwelling on the negative, you could take a few minutes to think about the things you're grateful for, like your health, your family, or your job. This can help shift your perspective and make you feel more positive. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This means that instead of worrying about what we should be grateful for, we should simply practice gratitude. Remember, gratitude isn't just about feeling good, it's a way of life. By practicing gratitude, you're cultivating a positive outlook and fostering deeper connections with the people and things around you. Lesson 9. Live in the present moment. Ever caught yourself daydreaming about the future or dwelling on the past? It's a common human experience. But the Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, believed that our happiness lies in the present moment. Why live in the present moment? Because that's the only time we truly have. The past is gone and the future is uncertain. By focusing on the present, we can reduce stress, improve our relationships, and increase our overall well-being. So, how can you live more in the present moment? Mindfulness meditation. This is the classic way to practice being present. Focus on your breath and your body sensations. Engage your senses. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and touch sensations around you. One thing at a time. Avoid multitasking and focus on one task at a time. Digital detox. Take breaks from your phone and computer to reduce distractions. The Stoics believed that we should focus on what we can control. Our thoughts are one thing we can control. By choosing to focus on the present moment, we're taking control of our minds and reducing our stress. Let's say you're feeling anxious about an upcoming event. Instead of worrying about what might happen, try to focus on what you're doing right now. Take a deep breath and notice your surroundings. This can help calm your mind and reduce your anxiety. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to us, but how we react to it that matters." This means that our happiness doesn't depend on our circumstances, but on our attitude towards them. By living in the present moment, we can choose to react to situations in a more positive and constructive way. Remember, living in the present moment is a skill that takes practice. It's like training a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And the benefits are huge. By being present, you'll experience more joy, peace, and fulfillment. Lesson 10. Remember your values. Ever felt like you're going through the motions, like you're just existing instead of truly living? The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, would say that you've lost sight of your values. Why are values important? Your values are like a compass that guides you through life. They provide a sense of purpose and direction, and they help you make decisions that are aligned with what truly matters to you. So, how do you remember your values? Identify them. What truly matters to you? What are your priorities? Write them down. Creating a physical list of your values can help you stay focused. Reflect on them regularly. Make time to reflect on your values and how your actions align with them. Use them as a guide. When faced with a difficult decision, refer to your values. The Stoics believed in the concept of virtue. They argued that we should strive to live a virtuous life, which means acting in accordance with our values. When we align our actions with our values, we experience a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Let's say you value honesty and integrity. If you're faced with a situation where you can either tell the truth and face the consequences, or lie and avoid them, your values can help you make the right decision. By choosing to be honest, you're acting in accordance with your values and reinforcing your sense of self. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This means that instead of just talking about our values, we should live them. Remember, your values are a personal compass. They should guide your decisions, shape your actions, and define who you are. By staying true to your values, you'll live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. So, there you have it, 10 Stoic lessons to help you boost your confidence and live a more fulfilling life. Remember, building self-confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's about practicing these principles daily and gradually transforming your mindset. The Stoics understood that life is full of ups and downs, but they also knew that our happiness doesn't depend on external circumstances. It comes from within. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, our reactions, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. Millions of people struggle with self-doubt and insecurity, but the good news is that you have the power to change your life. By embracing the Stoic philosophy and applying these lessons to your daily life, you can develop the confidence you need to achieve your goals and live a life that's truly authentic. So, what are you waiting for? Start small. Choose 1 or 2 of these lessons and focus on incorporating them into your daily routine. With consistent practice, you'll begin to see a positive shift in your mindset and your overall well-being. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to us, but how we react to it that matters." Your reaction to life's challenges is what ultimately determines your level of happiness and fulfillment. So, choose to react with courage, wisdom, and confidence. Remember, you are capable of more than you think. Your worth is not determined by the opinions of others. Happiness is a choice. Now go forth and live your best life.